Good evening, Bayview Mac Race fans. I'm Dobbs Davis with the Monday evening report from the 100th Bayview Mac Race. This is an analysis show where we'll look over different aspects of how this race has gone, what's left, and where we stand. So let's go to see who's still out on the race course. Not many boats. I've got the fleet overall tick on here. If you remember, those that have been watching these shows, there's various tools here on the YB tracker screen. To get to here, you simply click on that button on the website, and this shows you where the boats are and how they're positioned and what kind of speed they're doing. It's been light air throughout the day, but boats have been steadily coming into the finish line. There's still a handful of boats out on the course, but most of them are in by now. I think our leaderboards are established for boats, certainly the top finishers in all the classes. If we go to that, that's this tab here. So if you go to results, Division 1, Division 2, and Division 1 are most of the race boat classes. As you can see, these are pretty complete. Only a handful of boats having retired. I don't see any that are still out on the race course. If we go to Division 2 and we look here, we can see more or less the same. I think there were a handful that were still out. Yeah, just a handful here in the Class P and Class Q, the cruising boat classes. But I think the podium positions are pretty well established now with elapsed times and corrected times. So I thought I'd do something interesting, which is do a little analysis. So I took the top three. Here we are. I took the top three of each of the classes in both divisions. I looked at their times. So for the one design classes, these would have been their elapsed times. For the ORC classes, these would have been their corrected times amongst the top three. Then I said, well, wouldn't it be interesting to look at what the margins are in time between those top three finishers? So, for example, here for Class A, the top three finishers were three TP52s. Similar style boat, but they all had slightly different ratings, and therefore they had different positions in the leaderboards. And when I took each of these times, their corrected times, divided by 3, I got 5 minutes and 22 seconds as the average margin between 1, 2, and 3 positions. I carried on and did that for all the classes, and I thought, well, might help solve that sort of age-old question and debate. What has closer racing, one design or handicap classes? And my analysis shows the following. Again, this is one test. It was a funny race, lots of holes out on the race course, lots of different things going on. Boats racing for as you can see, some 40 hours out there. So, maybe not the perfect test, but nonetheless kind of interesting. What I found in this analysis is that J35s, the top three J35s, were only 34 seconds on average between first, second, and third place. I think that is pretty remarkable. The 36.7s, this class, similar close margins, a minute 58. The TPs were 5 minutes and 22. Class M and ORC, and then these are Division 1. You kind of say, well, those guys are racing and they're pretty serious, and that kind of makes sense. But then it's interesting because in the sort of cruising classes in Division 2, there were also very close margins. So well, let's see, Santana 35s at 8 minutes 15 seconds, but then Class M, I mean, these are a bunch of fairly old boats and not very big, and yet on top three we're only 8 minutes and 28 seconds separated. Then we bounce back over to J120s at 12 minutes and 12 seconds. ORC Class 0, Class O rather. I mean, this is a wildly different variety of boats. The King 40 catch, the the King 140 catch, 140-foot long catch. That's the White Hawk. Everybody's seen that boat, and they won the class. But look, the Eagle 1 is an Andrews 65 sled. They were in that class. Comfortably Numb is a shoal draft keel first 42. These are all wildly different boat types in the top three. So I thought that was interesting. Class B, let's see, back over to B. I'm sorry. This is double-handed class. My mistake. I was looking at the wrong class. These guys were 56 minutes, so yeah, pretty big separation there. But the double-handed class, a variety of different boat types, they were only 16 minutes separated. Almost 17 minutes. ORC Class B, again, variety of boat types. And then ORC Class J, we were following this class throughout much of the race between Fast Tango, Eliminator, and 50-50, and they were 27 minutes separated on average throughout this race. So I don't know. I think that might might invite some interesting barroom chat tonight and tomorrow for those that might see this, and maybe some debate. But I thought that was an interesting analysis to ponder. I'm going to sign off for now, and I will do a final show. Not tomorrow, because tomorrow will be the awards day, and everybody's going to focus on having a lot of fun here on the island. So I thought when the dust settles from all that, I'd do a final wrap-up show on Wednesday, July 24th. So for those that have been tuning in, thanks for your interest, and come back for that final show. I'm going to try to bring in some more analytic looks at this race, and hopefully some more interesting speculation on what might happen next year in terms of scoring, and a few other things. So thanks for tuning in, and on behalf of VanTol and Vitelli Insurance Group and LCS Record Retrieval, I'm Dobbs Davis.